This is the W17 Pro Smartwatch review, and this smartwatch is an Apple Watch Series 7 clone that I've been using for the past 5 days, and I can tell you everything about it. Now, what is the usefulness of a smartwatch that can read its heart rate all by itself without being on your wrist? As you can see, this is actually reading itself without me touching it. And more of these reasons why you should not buy this W17 Pro Smartwatch right now. And if you are new here, a subscribe to the channel is much appreciated, as I do a lot of reviews on smartwatches, earbuds, and sometimes smartphones. So if that really interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel right now. Hit that notification bell by the side also, so that I can get notified once I post a useful video like this one. Without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business. Alright, with that being said, this W17 Pro Smartwatch is not all that bad, but there are some good sides about it which I'll be discussing right now. Then later we'll talk about the bad side. Let's talk about the price. The price of this W17 Pro Smartwatch here in Nigeria is 12,000 naira, which is equivalent to about $17 US as of the time of posting this video. Now let's talk about the design. The design of this W17 Pro Smartwatch looks like the Apple Watch 7, but you know this is a clone, right? It has a 1.9 inches screen display which is touch responsive, so when you are touching it, you get your commands issued to the watch and the watch will respond fine. It is a bit smooth. When you are talking about the interface, you can touch it and maneuver your way through the smartwatch. It has a rotating crown by the side which you can use to change the wallpaper to anyone that you desire. It also has the power button which you can use to switch on and off the smartwatch. And on the left hand side, you are going to see the speaker grill, which is loud enough for music and phone calls, and I really find this very useful. These are all the good side about this smartwatch, and if you are talking about the battery life, it is decent also. And when it comes to the battery life, the manufacturer didn't state specifically the battery capacity, so I think this should be around 250 to 300 milliamps battery capacity, and this lasted me for 2 days during my testing. So if you are using it with phone calls, you should be having nothing less than a day. But if you are just using on standby mode, then this will last you about 2 days or more, and this is when you don't have issue with the smartwatch. Another part that I like about this W17 Pro Smartwatch is the charging of this smartwatch. So you are using a wireless charger, drop it on your charging dock, and the watch will start charging itself. You don't have to put any pin or tin or this thing like that. Just drop it on it and you are free to go. It will charge itself up to 100%, and you can unplug it and start using your smartwatch. If I'm to say this, I would say the overall design of this smartwatch is close to perfect, looks very beautiful, but let's just go over to the software side and you'll see what I mean.
You get it?
Okay.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Alright.
First reason why you shouldn't buy this W17 Pro Smartwatch is the software, just as I have said earlier. The user interface is a very good one, very smooth, not perfect, but it's still decent. Fonts are easy to read, and you can check all the messages and calls that you have right from the notification center. But if it is your first time you are buying this smartwatch, when you download the mActive Pro app, you are going to get a prompt message that tells you to upgrade or update your version. Now, when you update that version, that is where the problem starts from. Even using the smartwatch like that without upgrading, you are still going to run into problems. Upgrading this smartwatch from the previous version that you have installed on it to the new version or the current version is a pain in the I have tried this, guys. It's not easy. This took me about 2 days to upgrade this smartwatch, but now I did a video. You can check it here or here. I just did it, and you can easily do that within 15 minutes if you have already bought smartwatch. But if you have not bought this smartwatch and you are thinking of buying it, please don't try it. You are going to have a tough time using or enjoying this smartwatch. As if that is not enough, this W17 Pro Smartwatch disconnects and connects itself from time to time. I don't know what really the problem is. I gave it all the permissions it needs, and for someone like me to be telling you that this smartwatch is a problematic one, I'm still telling you, I beg you, don't buy this smartwatch. If you want to upload your own custom wallpaper, this is going to take you forever. Yes, I mean it's going to take you about 24 hours. To download the pre-installed watch faces, that will take you about 5 minutes. but the custom wallpaper is just nothing to write home about. You are going to have issues here and there. This watch is not just worth it. For me, I would say I regret buying this smartwatch, but let me tell you more about this. So the number 2 reason why you shouldn't buy this W17 Pro smartwatch is the fake sensor. If you are someone that uses your smartwatch, or you have a smartwatch, or you will use your smartwatch for health features and sport modes, then this is not one for you, because this W17 Pro smartwatch has a fake sensor by the back that reads itself. I don't know, maybe it's reading a ghost behind me or something like that. It just all of a sudden starts reading the heart rate without being on the wrist, and this I find very amazing. In my unboxing video, I told you guys that I don't trust these generic Chinese smartwatches because most of them have fake sensor in them, so they won't be reading anything. They just start giving you figures out of their sensors. I don't know where they get them from. And now let's go to the 3rd reason why you shouldn't buy this W17 Pro smartwatch. This I have said earlier, that the watch disconnects and connects itself. Now I tried even managing it for a while, and what pissed me off most was that I was on call and this guy just go off. Like, I don't just know. During my testing, I was just so frustrated with this smartwatch. And if a watch is disconnecting and connecting, you won't enjoy it at all. How are you going to sync up your data once you are done with the smartwatch for the day? And all these questions just come up popping in my mind, and like, this doesn't worth it. For 12,000 naira, I know I can see my watch going down the drain. And I would recommend this smartwatch for you if you are giving the smartwatch for a child, or maybe just want it to be a fancy smartwatch on your wrist, but you are not using the health side. If you are really considering using the health features, the sport mode, and every other things like that, then you can just opt for Oraimo smartwatches, or the Fitbit, or Samsung Galaxy Watch, or something like that. Those ones are best smartwatches in their categories. And with that being said, that will be the end of this W17 Pro smartwatch review. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.